What's going on, y'all? It's the buttadawgz, dogs with butter, and welcome back to the Kennel. The Kennel is a creative space in Oak Park for artists to put their talent on display. And today in the Kennel, we have Winrow the Square.
Hey.
Mr. Square, thank you for joining us today in the Kennel.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited about this.
Us too. And just to start, I want to give you the opportunity to kind of let people know who you are, who Winrow the Square is, and what makes you you.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm Winrow the Square. I was born and raised in South Sacramento, California, 94, Aries. Hi. Winrow the Square. That name came from, it's kind of an ironic name, actually.
I was meaning to ask.
In high school, I was like that square. I didn't go to parties. I didn't drink. I didn't do drugs, any of that. I was, quote unquote, a square. And then when I moved out and became an adult, branched out a bit, knew what a vagina was, then I kind of just took it as ironically. I actually do like having a good time and all that stuff, yeah.
And this persona you became, it just kind of transitioned through music. Where did you find Winrow the Square? Was that initially in music or was that outside of?
It was always music, actually. In fact, that was an evolved name. My original artist name used to be D-Dub Square, but that sounded like an artist that was never gonna make it, so I changed. So I changed it to Winrow the Square. Winrow is actually my last name. Yeah. My first name is Derek, but a lot of people kind of gravitate to more unique names that they have a hard time saying. So Winrow the Square is what it came out to be. That's the solidified artist name that was established in 2016. Yeah, 2016.
And with music, where did it start? Were you like a theater kid? Were you a choir kid, band kid? Or were you just really doing karaoke at home all the time?
Yes, all of that. Yeah, I was always singing in the shower, singing by myself. I was always like theater adjacent. I would do like college choir and vocal ensemble, and then there was one day this was in high school. I got my foot in the door with songwriting through writing parodies first. So I was in yeah.
On some Weird Al shit?
On some Weird Al shit. It's like, yeah, I was writing parodies with one of my best friends, Tyler. Hey, Tyler Fry. Good to see you. But we met in health class in the 9th grade, and we were just writing parodies instead of doing our homework. And my parents saw the parodies, and they're like, what the fuck is this?
Caught up.
Yeah. And they peeped that I could write songs. So they're like, if you're going to write songs, take it seriously. Write some good ones. So I was like, thank you for the healthy criticism. But yeah, after that, I just started writing songs more seriously. I tried to write more serious songs. It started off just with like simple pop and R&B songs at first. And then when I got to like 11th grade, we were working on testing for like the SATs, and my best friend Lawrence, hey Lawrence, he's just started beatboxing out of nowhere, and then I just started rapping. I just do it like Nike. Ain't nobody like me. You know, I stay cool like Ice-T. Just something like that.
Okay, yeah. Bro, the fact you still remember that is crazy.
Yeah, once I did that, I was like, let me try to write rap. So hold on a second. Fast forward, senior year, they have like a rap battle at our school.
No fucking way. What school is this?
This was Cosumnes Oaks High School.
Shout out CO, bruh.
Shout out COHS. Half the staff are pedophiles, but shout out to COHS.
It's crazy. But that's where you got your start, is you just,
straight up from, in high school. And then that rap battle really like solidified, like, I can do this. I can do this in front of people, because I was that quiet kid in high school. I just was drawing in a sketch pad keeping to myself and only opening up to people I was comfortable with. So getting on stage and performing all these songs I'm writing by myself, that was a big moment. And yeah, it was unforgettable. It felt like it was my own little 8 Mile moment. And it felt like a movie because I went against a student who was quote unquote the best rapper at the school. So it really felt like an episode of Degrassi, just like the most popular kid and then the most quiet kid confronts him and beats him. It was a good moment. It was probably the biggest highlight in my entire life in high school.
Asserted your dominance.
A little bit, yeah.
No, needed to. No, absolutely. The kid needed it. He's probably doing great now today, though, too.
Oh no. He's doing his thing. Shout out to you, Clinton. Shout out Blaze.
Since your epic rap battle, where has music taken you, and where have you been in life through music?
Ever since that moment in high school, I was I decided to make my first EP. It was called To Be Continued, and it is not. You can't find it anywhere now, because once I started linking up with more serious producers, they were really trying to help me rebrand myself, and the material I had wasn't going to work at that time. But throughout all the rebranding and just evolving and writing, I was able to like perform across the country. Like I've been to like Chicago, I've been to Florida, I've been to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. Yeah, Philadelphia. Yeah, I've been to Philly. Yeah, but yeah, that was a great experience, going on tour with all these other local artists who had the same dream and ambitions and drive, and just really putting myself out there more. After going on tour, it was just more. I think I stayed behind the scenes more with just writing and just putting out singles as an independent artist, and that's the toughest thing, promoting yourself. Mm-hmm. But it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of confidence to put yourself out there. And 2020 through like 2018 to 2022, I put out an EP and 2 albums by myself, and a lot of good things came out of that. You know, a fan base developed. I started making content on TikTok, and it wasn't just about music on TikTok. Because outside of art, I actually do like funny content. I talk about cartoons and the 90s. I'm really into all that kind of stuff. So the artist me and the TikTok me are the same person, but they're known and loved for different things. Yeah.
Everything you just said and all the behind the scenes that you did, you said from 2020 to 2022, you dropped a bunch of projects, right?
Yes, sir.
What is your work ethic? Like, what is the groundwork? What is the behind the scenes that nobody's seeing? Like, how much time do you have to dedicate? And like, what is your process in making art and in just being a creative in general?
It depends on how passionate I am about the song or the project. If I need to, I can finish writing about 5 songs within like a few days. I can get a whole project recorded in less than 2 months. But as I'm getting older and really figuring out, you know, my niche, I like to take my time more with it. And, you know, I really like that slow and steady wins the race kind of process of doing art. And the process is simply just, I'll sing a hook first, and then the verses will come later on, or they're just like scattered everywhere. And then if a new song shows up and that scattered lyric I had goes with the song, then I'll kind of put that together. So it's just like Legos just scattered all over my brain. Yeah.
You know that's called dyslexia?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You know what's crazy? I think my dad's dyslexic.
You know, it's crazy, Winrow. I think
guys, I think
you might be. It's a crazy talent to have. That's for me personally. Like, I'm very meticulous about my process. So to pull shit out of the air in your process, that's crazy.
I think we just discovered I'm dyslexic tonight.
Shout out the Kennel. You learn you have mental disabilities.
Holy shit.
Me too, though. Like I said, safe space, man.
Yes.
And so what's next for Winrow? What do you have planned in the near future, man?
Right now, I'm working on another album. It's actually a sequel to an album I did back in 2020 called King Passionate. So this one's called King Passionate 2. It was originally going to be called Sessions with Vic Light because the subject was going to be on like therapy and mental health. I went to therapy for the first time last year in October, and it took a lot of. I wasn't even nervous. I was actually excited to like go to therapy. I was really looking forward to it, and those few sessions really inspired me to want to put whatever realizations I discovered into a song or into an album. So yeah, part 2 of King Passionate. I'm very excited about that one. The first King Passionate was about me coming out as bisexual. And if you like look at the artwork, it's pink and blue colors everywhere. I have like a black eye and a rainbow on the side of my face. Like,
Per.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was that was a fun photo shoot actually. But yeah, King Passionate 2 is on the way.
You touched on mental health. You touched on your sexuality. I really appreciate you coming to the Kennel and being vulnerable and sharing who you are as a person. This is a safe space, creative space, and we always appreciate it when people come and they're their highest, most authentic self. And I can tell you are always unquestionably your highest and most authentic self, and I hope you never lose that.
It took a lot of work to just be like this. It took because I'm pretty introverted, believe it or not. Because I just pop out and then go back to my cave. Y'all ain't gonna see me for a minute.
This is a Kennel exclusive for real.
Yeah,
for real. And by the way, your footwork was moving. You had us all fooled. Man.
I do. Yeah,
Hell
yeah. I do like to show off the footwork a bit,
sir.
And the shoe game a bit.
Got it on. Mr. Square, if you can, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. You got a camera there. You got a camera there. Shout out what you got going on, man.
Oh yeah. So follow me at Winrow the Square on Instagram, Winrow the Square on TikTok. I also have a YouTube channel myself called Winnie on Screen, and that's gonna. I'm building up for that one, but that's gonna be like me like breaking down and talking about cartoons and stuff like that. But yeah, keep up with me on all those media platforms. You can listen to my music on Spotify, Apple, Pandora. That still exists. You can listen to me on Pandora.
Shout out Pandora, man.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
all
Pandora.
the platforms. And Mr. Square, Mr. Winrow the Square.
Yes.
Shout out you, man. Thank you for joining us today in the Kennel.
Of course.
Appreciate you being here. And as always, y'all, we'll catch y'all next time. Buttadawgz out.
Peace.
Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe Buttadawgz on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.